What's going on, everybody? So, when I did this video, the PS5 reveal trailer video, I didn't know that they had this video, which is like the PS5 Pro technical presentation video. So we're going to check this out. But it was also a couple of things I also found out about the PS5 Pro that I didn't know, which was it's $700 for one. Two, there's no disk drive, and yeah, which means it's going to be an all digital version. And three, they're selling it to you without the stand. You gotta pay for the stand separately. So that not only do you gotta pay $700 plus tax, you're gonna have to buy the stand along with it. Video games, you're gonna be paying like $800 for this crap, man. It's like, golly. Yeah, we're gonna check this video out, and then I'm gonna get more into that, what I think about that in a minute. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Mark Cerny. I'm excited to be here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup, PlayStation 5 Pro, and how it advances gaming technology. But first, I want to take just a minute to look at what we put in the original PlayStation 5 and how it delivers an exceptional gaming experience. When PS5 debuted in 2020, it brought a lot to the table. 8 Zen 2 CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5 and enable high-speed, complex gameplay, with character counts reaching into the hundreds and frame rates that can be as high as 120 frames a second. PS5 has a powerful RDNA 2 GPU, which can render anything from intricate details to fantastic worlds with vast panoramas to explore. Ray tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water or glass, and the realism that comes from real-time global illumination. A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed, resulting in ultra-fast transitions between game worlds and data streaming rates so high that traversal speeds are essentially unlimited.
You okay? I'm working on it!
Tempest 3D audio tech brings an unparalleled sense of immersion to the sound of the games. With audio so real, you may not even need to see the enemies to know exactly where they are. Finally, the DualSense controller has haptics that let you feel through your hands what your character is experiencing inside of the game. It's wonderful to see such variety and richness of game experiences. Creators have made amazing use of the hardware capabilities, but when I talk to them, I do hear about their desire for more graphics performance. The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second, and that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with: graphics modes. It can be a difficult choice for players. Fidelity modes emphasize the visuals, typically through higher resolution rendering. These modes might also have enhanced detail or use more ray tracing. But the games only run at 30 frames per second. The visuals can be choppier and the controls less responsive. Performance modes emphasize frame rate and interactivity, typically choosing to run at 60 frames per second.
I'll mirror that fight.
Mainly by reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved. When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time. Removing that decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro. We want to give players the graphics that the game creators aspire to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer. To do that, PS5 Pro substantially improves over PlayStation 5 in 3 ways. Here's what we call the Big 3. First, we made the GPU much larger and increased the speed of the memory it uses. The result is rendering that's up to 45% faster. Second, we made major upgrades to the ray tracing, taking a streamlined and accelerated approach that allows calculation of the rays at double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5. And finally, we added custom hardware for machine learning and an AI library called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSSR for short. PSSR analyzes the game images pixel by pixel and can add an extraordinary amount of detail, which boosts the effective resolution of the games. Game creators are adding PS5 Pro support to new and existing titles, and with the big three involved, the results can be pretty amazing, with graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but at double the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5 Pro. It has huge amounts of detail and targets a super smooth 60 frames per second. Let's compare this to the fidelity mode on PS5, which is only running at 30 frames per second and is therefore much choppier.
Don't stop! We gotta lose.
This goal of delivering almost fidelity-like graphics at performance frame rates has been achieved for a broad set of titles, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. We can see that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation 5. Another way to compare the two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus Performance mode on PS5, both of which target 60 frames per second. What we see here is a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5. For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer. And here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is noticeably higher resolution throughout the scene, including the trees and procedural cars. So overall, some remarkable improvement to the games. On PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics or smoother and more responsive gameplay. This is the big three showing their value. As you've been seeing, machine learning via the PSSR library is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate. But there are as many approaches as there are game engines. The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West. Apart from the detail boost, that extra graphics power is allowing for improvements to lighting and visual effects, as well as to the hair and the skin in cinematics.
Open up, guys. Dwarf's orders.
Enough for me.
Ray tracing is finding broad usage as well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates. The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can make a real difference, allowing Gran Turismo 7 to add ray-traced reflections between the cars in gameplay, while continuing to support their targeted 60 frames per second. That boost in ray tracing is also delivering big wins for Hogwarts Legacy, allowing not only for better reflections and a greater variety of reflective surfaces, but also for further realism in the casting of shadows. I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5 Pro. Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family. Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at a number of games running on the new console.
You'll never break a legend, 'cause they don't know we are legendary.
Don't let me hang it.
Yeah, I don't think it's much more than that. Wow. PS5 Pro available November 7th, 2024. $699.99 or oh my god, that's $700. That's yeah. But at the same time, I can't talk because okay, my very first system that I brought that with my own money or money that I earned. The very first system that I brought the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 3, the fat version for $600, and I worked and saved that money to buy that. So I can't lie and sit here and say, oh, $700, what it's a travesty. No, I mean, that'd be a hypocritical of me because I brought the PlayStation 3 when it was $600. So it's not like I'm any stranger to doing that. Plus, because this is a business for me, it's a tax write-off. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, this is, I mean, still, even with all that, to have no disc drive, the stand comes separately, and it was. I remember people was complaining about something. It was the no disc drive. The stand comes separately. I think the stand part was the biggest problem. And then we don't know if we, according to articles and stuff that's coming out now, it's not even, we don't, because remember the whole big thing about this was that Grand Theft Auto 6, like, you needed, people, it was rumored that you needed this to play Grand Theft Auto 6 the way we saw it in that trailer, to run it at its peak condition. You needed that, and it don't seem like you do. Because at least according to rumors, it seems like you could get that same quality of game with just a regular PlayStation 5. I don't know. Am I going to get this? Maybe. Yeah, probably, because I did get the PS4 Pro, the Spider-Man edition, so I did get the PS4 Pro. I can't say I did get a Pro version of a console before, so I might get the, I might end up getting this, because I still haven't gotten the new, I don't even think I'm going to get the new Switch version, but I might. I don't know. We'll see. But I might end up getting this just so I can say I got the high performing, you know, thing. But I am very upset with Sony because I'm a diehard PlayStation fan. Nintendo and PlayStation are my go-to systems. Xbox is actually a second. I actually got Nintendo and PlayStation as number one when it comes to consoles, and then second would be Xbox. But I am upset with Sony for making it $700. Is not. It don't have no disc drive. You gotta go all digital. So what about the stuff that I got disc games? That, because you do realize if you got disc games, you cannot get a disc. You have to rebuy those disc games in digital version. Or I think there's a way to transfer that. I don't know. I gotta look into that. But anywho, yeah, this has been one crazy ride, man. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably more than likely, eventually, I am going to get the PS5 Pro. Am I going to be happy about it? No. Am I going to be disgusted with myself for doing it? Yes. But yeah, this is my business, so it's going to be a tax write-off. You let me know in the comments down below, though, what you thought of this presentation, and if you're going to get the PS5 Pro when it comes out November 7th, or are you going to wait? And if you enjoyed my reaction to this, you know what to do. You hit this button right here for all of my Season 3. Yeah, here we go. 3 reactions. And you let me know so if you enjoyed the video, you got tongue tied there. You enjoyed the video so much you want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, because we are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I need you guys' help for that. And as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content. Look only way because I got more. Peace.